Hello, I'm James Ainscough and I'm Chief Executive of the Royal Albert Hall. I like to socialise with my friends at music gigs, obviously, and at home, just around the dining table or sitting around in the living room. I find it much easier to chat with people in quiet spaces than really noisy ones. Part of my commute involves cycling from my house to my local station and then from Paddington over the park to the hall. And I find that really relaxing, get some fresh air, some exercise. Your brain kind of works in a different way, so you can think about things slightly differently, and it gets you there really quickly. So you feel good when you turn up. I actually had a health checkup really soon because this is quite a big year for me in terms of age. So the GP hauled me in for a test, and much to my delight, I found I had a low cholesterol. So I went to Greg's and celebrated, which was lovely. I'm not afraid of going to the doctors, although I must admit I've not had anything seriously wrong with me in my life, so I've not had a traumatic experience there. But I am terrified of the dentist. It goes back to the first time I went when I was about 3, and I thought I'd been taken there to have all my teeth removed, and I ran away. My mum chasing me down the road. Ever since then, I've hated dentists, but I do still go because I know it's good for me. All my friends tease me about loving beige food. I like chips and beans and pasties and pies and things covered in custard. It's because I was brought up in the north and that's all we had. We didn't have vegetables or fruit or anything up there for many, many years. They were only introduced in the 1990s by Waitrose. Anyway, I do like that kind of food, and I know I need to keep it to a minimum. I try and have fruit for breakfast, and always make sure I drink lots of water during the day, particularly first thing, just to because it is a very good thing to have. Um, I make sure I don't have more than a couple of coffees each day as well, because I don't really want to be ending up that kind of person who gets a headache if they don't have a coffee. I've been asked to talk about whether I worry about money, and that's a difficult thing to say in an organisation where I know, as chief exec, probably means I'm the highest paid person in the building. I don't think you need me lecturing you too much on it, except to say I think just because somebody earns a lot, that doesn't mean they don't worry. Someone like me who's got 3 children still dependent on me, 2 of them at university, they are expensive, and you worry for them, even if you're not worrying about yourself financially. I don't think life ever puts you in a situation where you don't worry about money, and it seems to me that the richest people worry even more than the poorest. They seem to worry about losing it rather than about not having it. Money is always going to be a worry thing for us, and actually learning to live within your means and live in a way that doesn't create stress and money worries is probably one of the best life tips you can work out. So if I have a bad day at work, obviously I have my wife at home who I can talk to. I've got some friends who work in the music industry, a few really close friends who probably understand my job better than anybody, and I sometimes talk or text with them. Sometimes when I've had a bad day at work, I just want to go home and play the piano. And doing that creates a different mood, takes my mind somewhere different, makes me feel creative again, makes me feel happy. So sometimes I don't want to talk because I'm an introvert. I just want to play some music or listen to some music and disappear inside my own little head for a little while and then come out feeling a bit more refreshed. In time of crisis, who do I turn to? Well, I guess I would ring my dad, source of all good advice and other things. And again, I'd turn to my wife. We try and do life an equal partnership, and so I lean on her just as much as she might lean on me, probably more actually. My dad's superpower. I think he had lots. He still does. He's still alive and with us. I think his biggest superpower, actually, particularly the one that he passed on to me, was just about staying calm. Calm in terms of not reacting overly emotionally to things, calm in terms of thinking stuff through, and calm just in terms of thinking that most things that affect us are going to blow over. Most things are kind of short term, one way or another. Life is going to change, things will move on, and actually putting your head down, getting through, enduring, and then regrouping and making a new plan is quite a good way to deal with some of those pressures that come. Sometimes we can be too easily blown left, right, and centre by things, but keeping that longer term view on life, thinking further ahead, and knowing that struggles will end and better times will come is a good way to help you stay calm.